So into the arena steps Pavel Fedorov. Brings to the boxing ring a perfect professional record, 3 wins out of 3, having made his debut in July of 2020. He's also a perfect 5-0 in IBA professional boxing. He's boxed in the events in Serpukov, Monte Carlo, Astana, Serpukov at the Coliseum in February of this year, and most recently in Kirov in June. Terrifically accomplished operator is the man, born in Kokhma in Russia, but now resident in Belgrade.
And in the red corner, from France, introducing Sofiane Oumiha.
Well, again, if you follow IBA boxing, the man about to enter the arena needs no introduction. His reputation preceding him, because that is Sofiane Oumiha, the 3-time reigning IBA world champion, having claimed a trio of 60-kilogram lightweight titles in 2017 in Hamburg, in 2021 at the Stark Arena in Belgrade, and most recently at the Humo Arena in Tashkent. I was ringside to commentate on all of those world title triumphs. 3-time Olympian, coming away with his 2nd Olympic silver in his home Olympics from earlier this year, having been outpointed in a magnificent final by the man we just watched, Erislandy Alvarez of Cuba.
For the finale fight,
so there, the tail of the tape as these 2 tall 63.5-kilogram boxers prepare to face off in our final bout of the evening.
Judge 2, Sergei Zurkin, Russian Federation. Judge 3, Veronika Schulz, Hungary. 本场比赛，黑方的选手27岁。 来自塞尔维亚的帕维尔，身高1.80米，目前 IBA 的职业战绩是5战保持全胜，是塞尔维亚的全国冠军，也是世界拳击锦标赛 IBA 的银牌得主。Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner, standing 180 centimeters tall, age 27. His records for IBA. 5 fights, and he won all the fights. The champion of Serbia, champion of Silver World Series, IBA, and champion of Balkans. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting tonight represents Serbia. Introducing Pavel Fedorov. 红方的选手 ，IBA 的3届 世界冠军，29岁的 Sophie， 身高1.78米，是2017年、2021年、2023年3届 IBA 轻量级的世界冠军，是2023年欧洲运动会次重量级金牌的拥有者，也是巴黎奥运会轻量级银牌得主。And now coming out of the red corner. Standing 178 centimeters tall, age 29. He is world champion for IBA 2017, 2021, 2023, lightweight champion of the world, and silver medalist 2019 Baku European Games, welterweight silver winner, and gold medalist 2023 European Games welterweight title holder and silver medalist 2024 Paris Olympic Games. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting tonight represents France. Introducing Sofiane Oumiha.
Okay, guys, listen to me. Head up, no holding, no low blow. Listen my command. Good luck.
Round 1.
So we're underway then, our final bout of the evening in this inaugural IBA KUNLUN Fight World Cup. We're in the 63.5 kilogram light welterweight division, and it features boxers from Serbia and France. Two tall operators at this weight class, and the man wearing red trimmed with black is the reigning three-time IBA world champion. That's Sofiane Oumiha of France, 29 years of age. His opponent in the black trimmed with red is 27-year-old Pavel Fedorov of Serbia. Beautiful jab to the body from Fedorov. Both of these men possess terrific hand speed and textbook skills. Very correct in the manner in which they go about their craft. Rapier-like left hand once again whipped out by Fedorov. There's a scoring jab to the body from Sofiane Oumiha. Jab to the head from the reigning world champion, Olympic silver medalist. In addition to those two silver medals on the Olympic Games, he also competed in Tokyo 2020, the delayed Olympic Games that took place in the summer of 2021, and was stopped by Sofiane Davis, who went on to take Olympic silver, having been outpointed in the gold medal bout by his particular nemesis, Andy Cruz of Cuba. But that gives you an idea as to this man's quality. Takes boxers of the caliber of Sofiane Davis and Erislandy Alvarez to get the better of him. And remember, at the Humo Arena in Tashkent last summer, it was Oumiha who got the better of Alvarez to claim his third World Championship gold medal. But Fedorov boxing very effectively indeed behind straight punches. Right uppercut on the counter, dug in by Oumiha. Scoring left jab from Oumiha. Oumiha content to operate on the edge of center ring now, using every inch of the rope square. Have his back skim across the ropes. Double jab, head then body, and then a thrusting right cross scored just above the belt line. Oumiha continuing to find his range and use angles and footwork to negate. Look at that reverse 1-2, right then left from up on his toes, and using angles very effectively to negate the advances of Fedorov, who scored with real effectiveness in the first half of this opening round. But processing the information every second. He's the reigning three-time world champion, and he just appears to have got to grips with the sharp shooting straight successes that Fedorov enjoyed in the first half of the round. Very good round of boxing to open our final bout of the evening. Some of the action from the opening round. Pavel Fedorov finding his range very effectively indeed in the first half of the round, but then Oumiha just began to give him angles. He used beautiful footwork. There's a counter right hand from Fedorov in response to a jab from Oumiha. So into the second round we go. Oumiha busy with his lead left, but then look at that for a trip hammer of a left hand from Fedorov. But then good variance of the jab from Oumiha. Just turning his back as he slid through to cause that shot to go over his shoulder. Such composure in the boxing ring. Now looking to bring the right uppercut into play to repel the forward foray of Fedorov. Continuing to do a very good job moving around the target, Oumiha. Not moving backwards. As I say that, he does just that, but then a sidestep counterclockwise to his right as he continues to move around the target, continuing to jab effectively downstairs. Solid left jab upstairs from Fedorov, followed by a left hook Counter-punching off the road from Oumiha, but not before he absorbed the heavy body shot from Fedorov. And it's often Fedorov who's the back foot punch picker, but changing his tactics here and sharing the ring with the reigning three-time world champ. Scoring with a right cross downstairs once again is Oumiha, as Fedorov in search of a scoring shot to the scoring jab upstairs. Oumiha looking for the counter right hand. Power driving left jab from Fedorov jolts his head back. And Fedorov continuing his flat-footed stalking, walking down his man, double right hand, cross, then hook to the body, followed by another scoring shot upstairs. Good passage of the round for Fedorov. And it was around this portion of round number one where Oumiha really began to find his range, as he does there, uncoiling a right uppercut to catch the advancing boxer in black. Setting his man up with the jab before scoring to the body, only to be countered upstairs from Fedorov. But the preceding attack was an effective one for the Olympic two-time silver medalist. Nice movement in the pocket from Fedorov. Another effective forward foray for Fedorov. Right hand not too far away from Oumiha. The final action of the second round is in a contest which is of the highest quality. Some of the action from the second round. Fedorov seeking to press. Nice movement with the head to spin off the ropes from Oumiha.
Round three.
So we move into the third round. Both men continuing to use their lead left hands effectively. Tucking up tightly behind high-held gloves as he bobs and weaves his way forwards is Pavel Fedorov. Varying the power on his jab nicely is Sofiane Oumiha. Long bridges his man before scoring with a right cross to the body, and then another downward jab to the body once again from Oumiha. Effective defending with an open-handed right glove from Oumiha. As Fedorov, look at how his elbows are clamped against his torso as he seeks to work his way forward, trying to close that avenue of opportunity to the body. Just the subtle movements of the head from Oumiha, seeing those shots from Fedorov go over his shoulder. So Oumiha just seeking to control the tempo behind that lead left hand. Sitting on the back foot, inviting the pressure from Fedorov. Counter left hook was a beauty, my goodness. Wonderfully timed from Oumiha. And again, counter right hand this time. Fedorov keeps the attack going to score with his own offense. But Oumiha found his timing and distance beautifully here in this contest as he works to the body with a three-shot salvo. Two shots downstairs ended by a left hook to the head. Looking for that counter right hand once again. Was spoken to by referee Mr. Alexander Kermidov about straying into rabbit punch territory. So seeking to bob and weave his way into range once again is Fedorov. No longer peering in between high-held gloves. As I say that, he gets them bracketed around his temples once again. Both men just inaccurate during that attempted exchange, as each of them moving effectively defensively in the pocket. Good left hook to the body to end that fusillade of punches from Fedorov. Real thinking encounter, this one. Each man knows that a mistake is likely to be countered and punished in an instant. So really working as they try to feint their way into range as Oumiha turns southpaw now. It was a momentary switch to the port-sided stance. And again, such is the movement of the feet and with the head from both boxers that plenty of misses exchanged during the course of that third round. But the counter-punching from this man was eye-catching indeed. Some cracking single counters from both hands. Flashing right cross from Oumiha. And there was the counter left hook for ghosting away without reply, making his man miss.
Round 4.
So we move into the fourth round then. Sofiane Oumiha continuing to long bridge his man with that left jab, holding it out like a broom handle just there and pushing him off. Malik Scott, the trainer of Deontay Wilder, who has spent time at a gym I frequent on a regular basis, Stonebridge Boxing Club in northwest London. Had the pleasure of speaking to him and watching him put boxers through their paces. He refers to that as mushing, where you hold the heel of the glove and the open hand and just keep your man off balance with it. Said it's a skill that he acquired from watching the 1968 Olympic champion, two-time heavyweight champ George Foreman. Beautiful right-left-right combination from Oumiha. Looking for a left hook on the inside, he just pivots away from the incoming fire. Right uppercut was a scoring shot from Fedorov. As Oumiha continuing to mush his man by holding out those arms in straight fashion. Looking for the counter right hand again, but it landed with the inside of the glove from Oumiha. He then shook his right hand thereafter. Hope he hasn't inflicted any damage on that backhand. Left hook landed on the inside by Oumiha during that attempted trade-off. Beyond the halfway stage of the fourth round. So again, Oumiha mushing his man with that long left upstairs before driving down a steep trajectory right cross to the body of Fedorov. And Fedorov remaining committed to his MO. Right hand over the top, not too far away. Left hook was right on the money from Oumiha. Varying his attack nicely to both body and head as Fedorov presses forward, scores with a jolting left jab of his own. There's the same lead left stick in evidence once again. But Oumiha answering back. Final word before the men fall into a clinch is a right cross from Fedorov. Leaping left hand from Oumiha. Fedorov continuing to press. His inaccuracy just decreasing during this passage of the round. So right hand success for Fedorov. catching Oumiha as he was attempting to counter. Oh, beautiful left uppercut through the middle from Fedorov. As the feinting continues on the edge of range. Solid left jab landed with a bent arm from Fedorov. Another competitive round. For what it's worth, I've got Sofiane Oumiha in front, but Pavel Fedorov in this every inch of the way. Some of the action from round number 4. Again, each man remaining alert defensively. Head movement. Twisting at the waist, dipping at the shoulders. But how about that for a left hook on the inside, landed twice in quick succession, either side of a right hand to the body from Oumiha.
Round 5.
Brief touch of gloves to begin the 5th round. As this contest between two skillful sharpshooters resumes, it's Pavel Fedorov invariably, almost incessantly over that front foot. But again, oh, beautiful counter right hand from Oumiha after he mushes his man with the lead left hand once again. That used by Malik Scott, the trainer of the Olympic bronze medalist and former WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder. Clever left hand landed on the inside by Oumiha as Fedorov was seeking to let his hands go. There's a flashing right cross followed by a burst of shoe shine punches to the body from Fedorov. Double left hooks, or the first one dug in downstairs. A terrific force from Oumiha. Fedorov answering back immediately. Beautiful counter right hand to the body from Oumiha, followed by a burst of punches from Fedorov, but again repelled effectively. What a right cross followed by a left hand half hook, half uppercut from Fedorov. Good left hook driven in just above the belt line by Oumiha. So solid jab to the body from Fedorov, who continues to inch his way forward over the canvas of the boxing ring on flat feet. And normally, he's the man up on his toes, sharp shooting out pot shot combinations. But he's turned flat-footed stalker here tonight in a bid to earn successes against the reigning 3-time IBA World Championship gold medalist. So a minute remaining in the penultimate round. Left hook from Fedorov. Right cross from Oumiha, but then the final word coming from Fedorov in the form of that combination. Beautiful two-shot salvo downstairs, followed by a left hook to the body from Oumiha, but Fedorov remaining concentrated, continuing to score with a jab, takes a right-hand lead from Oumiha, who then spins around his man in clockwise fashion. Excuse me, counterclockwise fashion as he spun off to his right. Oh, solid left hook from Fedorov, and then Oumiha rendered just a little inaccurate. Right hand driven in was just on the belt line, but no complaints from Fedorov as he absorbed that backhand from Oumiha. Another round of high skill in what is a keenly contested affair here. Some of the action from that 5th round. There's the long bridging with the left hand, followed by the right hand driven in from Oumiha. Fedorov just inaccurate with his attempted combination. Very busy lead left from Sofiane Oumiha, and then see how he sought to pull the gloves down of Fedorov in a bid to find a home for his right hand. Incredible skill in evidence between these two boxers. Fedorov landing a left hook to conclude that final replay sequence.
Round 6.
So each man joyfully out to begin the 6th and final round. Brief touch of gloves precedes the action as Oumiha up on his toes, dodging and darting both left and right. Fedorov continuing to press in straight lines behind his active left jab. Fedorov seeking bent arm success at mid-range with that reverse 1-2. Oumiha looking for the right hand over the top. Spins off the line to his left once again to appear on the other side of Fedorov. Good jab to the body, uppercut not too far away from Oumiha. Nice movement in the pocket to avoid the initial jab, but Fedorov scoring with the follow-up right hand. And again, counter right hook upstairs. Is effective work from Oumiha as both men in the pocket as they seek to go to work with hooks and uppercuts at mid-range. Beautiful right hand over the top from Fedorov. Oumiha looking to counter. Thrusting lead left is a scoring shot from Oumiha, followed by a rapid-fire right cross. Fedorov keeping the attack going. Effective glove defenses from Oumiha in evidence once again. Fedorov seeking to drop down to the body. Oumiha inaccurate with his right hand over the top left hook combination. Pressing leather was Pavel Fedorov, just letting his fist go in cluster-like fashion. Inside the final minute of this final round. Oumiha looking for the counter right hand once again. He got through with the second one. Oh, that's a beautiful right hand over the top from Oumiha. Fedorov, no change in expression, keeping his concentration and continuing to seek to walk his man down and back him up. Hitting on the break from Fedorov. Look at that from the kneecaps of Oumiha. Left-right success. But Fedorov continuing to advance. It's been a very good contest, this one. Pavel Fedorov has kept his concentration throughout. But Sofiane Oumiha, for my money, has just produced the better quality here tonight. And as the 10-second clapper sounds, he feeds his man a stiff left jab and right cross. And as the bell sounds, I think it's going to be Sofiane Oumiha who is declared as a victor on points here. A very good contest indeed to conclude the boxing action at the end of this IBA KUNLUN Fight World Cup at the National Indoor Stadium. Wonderful to see that respect between the two. Pavel Fedorov in that contest every second of the way. I just don't think that he's done enough to win the contest. But remember, we await the scores of the 3 judges sat ringside. So we take a look at some of the action from that final round. Flashing right cross from Fedorov, countered immediately by Oumiha, but then the movement in the pocket, dipping at the knees and bobbing and weaving, slipping and sliding to keep his head out of harm's way was Oumiha. There's one moment in the 3rd round where he let go a terrific 1-2 combination from his kneecap. And I think Sofiane Oumiha has done enough to get the better of Pavel Fedorov here tonight. But Pavel Fedorov showing that he can box on the front foot and take it to his man. A facet of his game that is often put into the background compared with his back foot pot shotting and punch picking.
本场比赛结果在我的手中 and after 6 rounds of big fight, now we're going to announce the final winner of the night. 经过裁判的裁定， 3位裁判一致裁定 ，and all the 3 judges scored this bout by unanimous decision. Your winner， 比赛结果，黑方胜 the black corner.
Oh my goodness. Well, I find that a little bit surprising.
Now please welcome.
Because I thought that Sofiane Oumiha had done enough to be declared as the victor in that contest. Pavel Fedorov was busy, he was on the front foot. And remember, some judges like aggression. But I thought that Sofiane Oumiha did enough with the quality of his punch picking to negate the front foot pressure being applied by Pavel Fedorov. But the 3 judges sat ringside around different parts of the boxing ring, seeing it differently. And Pavel Fedorov, who has been declared as a unanimous points decision victor over Sofiane Oumiha at the conclusion of what was a very good contest indeed.
"让我们祝贺今天晚上作为首届 IBA 昆仑决的世界杯揭幕之战，最后一场我们亚洲之战的胜者 ，Congratulations, Pavel!"
So Pavel Fedorov with the winner's check of $20,000 US.
Brothers, we take the final photo. Please.
Now posing for the photographers after being declared a unanimous points decision winner over the reigning 3-time IBA world champion, Mr. Chris Roberts,
感谢
OBE,
我们的颁奖嘉宾，
Secretary General
再一次
and
感谢
Chief
今晚所有的优秀的选手。
Executive Officer of the International Boxing Association, as we take a look at some of the highlights from what was our final bout of the evening. Fedorov always on the front foot, taking it to Sofiane Oumiha. There was an example of Oumiha's clever movement in the pocket. And there, the top-shotting successes in between the defenses of Oumiha from Fedorov.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear participants.